It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview the Athletes Unlimited professional lacrosse player, Kristen Carr. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me here.
That's wonderful. Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to work in professional sports?
So I guess it would go back to my younger years and my family, my mom and dad. They did a great job as far as sports go, wanting to just put my brothers and I in any type of activity. Part of that was because they wanted us to just release all of our energy that we had, so we'd be tired to actually get to bed. But another reason for wanting to play sports is, to learn some life skills like teamwork and cooperation and discipline. And there's a lot of things that you can learn from sport and can apply to any facet in your life. So aside from just the energy that they wanted us to get rid of, I think they knew the value of that, having played sports when they were young, and they really wanted to facilitate that onto my brothers and myself. Huge soccer player growing up, loved the 99ers like Julie Foudy and Mia Hamm and Brandy Chastain, and always thought that I was going to be a professional soccer player one day. And as I got older, played soccer, played ODP, actually was able to participate on a semi-professional soccer team once I graduated from college. Also was able to play basketball, but my love of lacrosse led me to college to play at UNC and beyond, in different professional leagues and with the national team. And I think wanting to always play some type of professional sport, but not really thinking it was going to happen in lacrosse. And now looking back, knowing that I've had the opportunity to play professional lacrosse, it really is such a dream come true in that facet. And I think I'm more excited about the future of professional lacrosse for all the younger lacrosse players out there that, one, were able to watch us over this summer, and two, hopefully have those aspirations to keep pushing the game forward and get their chance to wear that professional jersey.
What was it like during your time playing at Carolina, playing lacrosse?
It was amazing. I had traveled to UNC many a times actually for soccer. There's a big tournament that we would always have close to Chapel Hill. And whenever we got to walk around campus, I felt like I was always at home. And then when I had the chance to take my official visit and get to meet the coaches and the team, I feel like the deal was solidified from my standpoint, at least. And fortunately, the coaches wanted me to be a part of their team as well. So that was just, again, a dream come true. And the growth that our team had from my freshman year till my senior year was really, really cool to be a part of. And I know cool isn't like this crazy word, but we went from getting into the national tournament, and then eventually making our way up to the national championship game for the first time ever in program history. And to be a part of something that special, and to, I guess, more or less like be that tipping point or be a part of that tipping point of getting to that national championship game was completely fulfilling. I mean, obviously we'd have loved to win when we made it there, but the cool thing being removed from college is knowing how many times our team has been able to make it since that 2009 year and being able to hoist the trophy. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it because you know how much effort and energy and time goes into that craft, and to see the current team be able to play consistently at that high level is absolutely amazing.
What was it like for you to put on the Carolina blue jersey?
It was awesome. I mean, you look up to those college players for such a long time. I remember I would go with my dad and watch Carolina play at different fall ball games and, different season games, and wanting to be in their shoes, hopefully one day, and then actually having the opportunity and having that commitment to get to put on that jersey is really something special and something that I know my teammates and I took a ton of pride in.
What was it like, obviously, in the national championship game playing and coming so close to winning?
Yeah, so in 2009, we played Maryland in the Final Four, and it was an overtime thriller game. And again, that was the first win to make it to that national championship game. And just being there and having our fans and support system and families and friends and being able to feel the energy from the crowd and getting to play with your teammates on the field at that level, there's not much like it, I would say. And one thing that we take as alums a lot of pride in is just being able to hopefully pave the way for the people that come after us. And going back to one of my previous points, that's why I think it's really cool to see how successful the teams are now, because it's one thing to get to the top, but to sustain that success is a completely different factor. And it's been really awesome to be able to share in those moments with that current squad.
What was it like going back to your alma mater to be a volunteer assistant?
It was awesome. I actually studied abroad in Greece for the fall semester to round out my undergraduate degree, and was in between what I wanted to do. And my assistant coach, Phil, first reached out and asked if I would be interested. And then I met with Jenny, my head coach, and thought that it would be a great opportunity for me to stay involved in the game. And I loved it because I loved my experience at Carolina. I was still very close to a lot of the girls that were on the team. So to be able to come back in a different role, of course, but still being able to impact and make a difference was something that I always wanted to be a part of. So when given the chance to do that, it was really easy to say yes.
What was it like for you to get into college coaching?
I mean, I owe a lot of that to my coaches at Carolina. They were great role models for me and mentors. And again, I didn't really know what I wanted to do necessarily after I was graduating college. So with that, had a couple talks with my coaching staff and went into that volunteer role. And then since then was able to really figure out that coaching is a place that I love and want to stay in, and have had such incredible experiences at different universities with different mentors and bosses, and had gone all the way out west and back then to the Midwest, and now back on the East Coast at Johns Hopkins, and been able to take a lot from each of those programs and staffs and teams, and excited that I still have a chance to do that today.
What was your time like coaching at Delaware?
It was really different than all of my other experiences. And when I say that, I mean, it was my boss, Catering. it was her first time being a head coach, second year as a head coach at Delaware, taking over a program. So you are changing a culture, you're working on getting to know different student athletes. I was working with the attacking side of the ball, coming from more of a defensive role at Carolina. So I learned a ton about what it's like to coach, having your time on the field, what you need to do in the office space. So very appreciative of that time with catering and the Blue Hens, and was able to accomplish a lot and learn a lot while I was there.
What was your time with Stanford like?
Stanford was such an incredible experience. I had the pleasure of being on staff with one of my national team assistant coaches, and Amy Bacher. She asked, me to come out west, and I thought it was going to be a very short coaching stint, just because I had just graduated with my MBA, and I thought I was gonna kind of pivot in direction, and started working with her and had such a great experience learning from her, being in the Pac-12, being at Stanford, which is, I'm sure is a sports haven as far as winning national championships and being very innovative. So time was well spent. And then I actually went with her to Ohio State, and we worked together there for a year to start to implement some culture and strategies that we did at Stanford at Ohio State to really make a push in the Big Ten play.
What was it like going from Ohio State to Johns Hopkins where you are now?
I feel so blessed, to be honest, with all of my experiences. Like I said before, I've had awesome mentors, and I just try to learn as much as I can. And Hopkins has been an incredible opportunity, and I feel like I'm back at home where I'm supposed to be. I absolutely love working with Janine Tucker and Tara Singleton. They are great women role models. They push the team. We laugh a lot. We play with a lot of joy. And the team that I've been able to help coach has just been so great, and welcomed me with open arms. And it's been a really fun time this past, I guess, year and a half. And we're looking to make a push with our season come this spring, and I just can't wait for it.
How has obviously coaching helped you in your professional lacrosse career, and vice versa? How has your professional lacrosse career helped you in your coaching career?
I think, in life, everything that you put into it, you're going to get that out of it. So I would say that I try my best to put a lot of investment in the people that I'm around, learning, teaching them, and also learning from them, trying to help them succeed and help them reach their potential on and off the field. And as a coach, that's the most satisfying thing, when one of your student athletes gets that light bulb moment. And through those moments, that's 100% helped me become a more well-rounded player, and helping me push my edge and be a different player now than I was back in college. So I'm very thankful for the ability to play still and also coach at the same time, because I do think they go hand in hand.
What was it like to obviously join Team USA's lacrosse team?
Incredible. I've been very fortunate that I've been able to put on the USA uniform for a few years now, and have had different coaching staffs and different teammates. But the constant with the US system is the pride that we have with one another, the amount of training that we do off the field. So when we get together during training weekends, that we continue to raise the bar of excellence. And it's just been a really cool journey as far as the evolution of the game, and being able to play faster and make it a little more fan friendly, so to speak. And it's just been a journey that I still pinch myself at times that I've been able to experience myself and live out myself. And I'm just very excited with where things are.
What was it like for you to win gold not once but twice in 2013 and 2017?
It was awesome. Winning's fun. Like I said, we put in a ton of work and train alone or by ourselves more so, but while we're trained by ourselves, we always hold our teammates in our hearts. And when we get to play at the international stage and really show our craft and everything that we put into it, to actually be able to win gold and defend that gold medal and gold championship is something that is very fulfilling. And, the World Cup, or excuse me, World Championships is in 2022, which is happening next summer. So we're doing a lot now to prepare for that and work to defend that gold medal on our home soil.
What is that going to be like, obviously, as you prepare for the 2022 World Cup? What is that like, obviously, balancing being a coach and professional athlete on the U.S. team?
So at the very beginning, I talked about my parents, throwing my brothers and I into any type of sport. And, part of that is because it's fun, right? But another part was because you get to learn some life skills. And one thing that I've learned that has helped me grow is discipline and having balance and understanding, what your body needs, what you need to do to play at your optimal performance level, but also how you need to be so you can be effective at your job and with your team and with your other coaches. So the discipline and balance piece is something that I've been able to really lean into to make sure that I'm effective and helping my team, whether it's with US professionally or over at Hopkins, the best way I can.
What is it like, obviously, playing in the WPLL with pride?
So the WPLL and the UWLX were two different professional leagues that were organized prior to Athletes Unlimited. And the biggest thing that I would say is it was so fun to be able to be a part of that for the first time, and in hopes to create a professional league that was a little more sustainable. And now there's Athletes Unlimited, which they announced that they're going to have a season 2, which is very exciting. And something that I know all of us are, looking forward to participate in.
What is it like to join Athletes Unlimited and play professionally?
Athletes Unlimited was awesome, super different from the first 2 leagues. It's a 5-week season with, I believe we had 56, 57 players that were in the league. And essentially you are drafted to a team at the beginning of the week. You practice with that specific team on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you play the other 3 teams. And then you go through that cycle again. So the cool thing about Athletes Unlimited is, one, you get the opportunity to play with all these amazing players. And you get to kind of find out nuances and get to adjust to different things happening based on the team you're playing. But you have to do it in quick time, because it's not like you have much recovery time from game to game, or a lot of time to like watch film or anything that you would probably do with a collegiate season or maybe on the national scale. But it was really fun, super different, very unique as far as like the point system goes too. But the owners invested a lot and continue to invest in that league, which I know we're very grateful for and excited for the second season, and can't wait to see the progress that that league makes over the course of however many years.
What is it like to obviously put on the Athletes Unlimited jerseys, the multiple jerseys like the blue one, the orange, and the purple?
So my dad played football growing up and played football in college for a little bit, and he was number 83. And I didn't play football growing up, but my brothers did, and they were always 83 and they're on their football team. So another piece that I really liked about Athletes Unlimited is you could be any number you wanted. So when I had the choice to choose that number, I ended up choosing 83. And um, it just felt very connected to my family, which might sound a little different, but for me, it was something that brought me together with them. And, everyone always says you play for something bigger than yourself. And in that moment, I always felt like I was playing for, my dad, especially, and being able to wear the number that he wore growing up meant a lot to me. And was really excited to always be able to put on that jersey, no matter what color it was. But I will say, I think I was only in purple and blue for the entire 5-week season.
What are some of your game day routines and rituals like?
Oh, game day routines and rituals. I got to warm up. That's a big one. Have some band work that I do, listen to music. The biggest thing now is I'm not very superstitious, but I do like to be you have to be in the right frame of mind. So for me, I know what I need, that energy level I need to get in that right frame of mind. So whether that's listening to music or maybe visualizing or meditating, it might not be the same thing each day or each game, but because I've been fortunate enough to play with different leagues on different teams, I've gotten a good grasp on what I need to really feel like I can go into a game feeling my best and being able to give my best to my team.
Of course, with Athletes Unlimited and you get to switch teams each week and be on different players, what is it like playing with players like Sammy Joe, who obviously went to Carolina with you or at Carolina, and
Yes.
players like Lindsay, Ron Rack, Taylor Kersey, Taylor, and other players like that?
Yeah, so I never had the chance to play with Sammy Joe at Carolina, but I do take a little bit of credit of getting her the Carolina Blue Fever when she came to one of our Carolina camps and I was a player and worked it. But Sammy Joe specifically, she's awesome. She's so lighthearted, very fun, loves to smile, great energy, and is such a worker, such a lax rat. So to be able to be on the same team as her for those first couple of weeks was really fun to do. I mean, we're on opposite sides of the ball, but that energy travels up and down the field. And other players that you mentioned, Lindsey Ronback and Taylor Hench, I didn't play with them in college. They went to different schools, and that's another reason why Athletes Unlimited was so special, that you're getting this top talent from all these different colleges in one bubble, and you get a chance to meet different lacrosse players, get to know and build relationships with them, and hopefully be on the same team with them and just continue to build that chemistry and trust and have fun while you're doing it.
Who are some professional lacrosse players that you look up to and implement your game after?
So growing up, I definitely, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, and the Naval Academy isn't too far from me. And I remember going to the World Cup when I was at the Naval Academy, and I got to see Kelly Monte Hiller play, and she's somebody from a young age that I just loved her tenacity and grit when she was on the field. And a couple of players that I was able to play with on US was like Kristen Shellman and Lindsay Monday and Caitlin McFadden. And they're people that I've always looked up to. But when I really step back and try to say a sole person, like I feel like anybody that I've been on a team with is so good at what they do that I look up to them for that specific thing. Like you have Emily Peros, who I played with at Carolina, and she is a worker. She's constantly running, energizing bunny, and is always in the right place at the right time. You know, you have Taylor Cummings, who is a beast on the draw and has completely changed the game as far as being a two-way midi, right? And then you have, I mean, I could go down the list and talk about every single one of my teammates. And I think that's a piece that is so important to me, because you play with such great people, such great talented lacrosse players, and they're really good at what they do. And that's inspiring in itself.
That's so amazing. What advice would you give future college lacrosse players looking to play college lacrosse and then go on to professionally?
Future advice. Gosh, I feel like there's so much I would love to share, but I guess I would say, you know, it's not where you start. Life's a journey, sports are a journey, but it's taking that first step. And it's okay to be scared. It's okay to have any type of fear, but having that courage, which is having that confidence in yourself to take the first step, even without knowing the outcome, that's huge. And the more you can have that courage to take that step, the easier it's going to be for you to take that next step and continue to grow your game, or continue to face fears and face the unknown. So just remember, it's okay to not be great at the start. Just keep working, and you'll be better off for it.
That's wonderful advice. What advice would you give future and current professional lacrosse players looking to play?
Have fun. You know, we put a lot of time into this sport to not enjoy what we're doing. And I know there's times that you probably won't enjoy every aspect of it, like, you know, the dead sprints and all that stuff, but you can enjoy why you're running those sprints, and how it's going to make you better. And if you can have fun in those moments of the grind, then you're going to have fun anytime you step out in the field.
That's wonderful advice. Where can my listeners find you at on social media?
Social media. So I am on Instagram and Twitter, and I believe my Instagram handle is Kristen Carr 8. And I want to say that's the same thing for my Twitter account too.
Thank you again, Kristen Carr, for your interview, and best of luck in your future with Athletes Unlimited.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks again for having me on. It was awesome.
Thank you. You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Kristen Carr, for your interview, and best of luck in your future.
Thank you.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.